What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we are once again playing Geoguessr in 2069, which is a map that includes every single country in the world. If you've seen me play this before, you know it's become my new favourite map, and I'd strongly encourage you to play along with the links in the description to see how you go in comparison to me. Okay, as usual, we're going to be playing no moving, panning, or zooming, and the link is in the description. Let's see how we can go today. I really love this map, so let's see if we can pull some nice guesses. And here loads in the first round, which is looking rather African, it must be said, though maybe Southeast Asia also comes to mind. We do have some people over here. They probably look more African, but it is hard to say. It is quite dry here as well. So a couple of countries came to mind. Kind of like Sahara border stuff, maybe Malay, Burkina Faso, Niger, that kind of thing all seem rather possible. I definitely could have thought of like something like, yeah, Burkina Faso being a nice hedge here. Is there anything else to say here? Really not too much. We do have like some buildings in the right of the screen. They're not really helping that much though, I think. Okay, I just moved the webcam so you can see everything over here as well. We do have some buildings there also, and like a rock wall. I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty set in my opinion here. Now, if this wasn't Africa, I could definitely see it being, well, it could be like Sudan area, but it could also be like Southeast Asia somewhere. I think the people basically are the big deciding factor here, because this almost felt bamboo-like, even though it's not. Okay, I'll go Burkina Faso here. Let's see if it's good. And, ooh, Zimbabwe. Okay, so, you know, last episode we came through the whole episode without any bad guesses, but this one obviously wasn't the best. Yeah, that kind of similar climate, I guess, definitely makes sense. But, yeah, I mean, I won't dwell on it. It's fine, it's fine. We've got the right continent, at least. Next one here. What are we going to be looking at? Ooh, this is interesting. Looks like we might have some language here. Not sure if it's Spanish or French or what exactly. It could be a similar area of the world, you know. I could definitely see this being Zimbabwe, Zambia, something like that. Alternatively, it could just be that kind of similar area that we were looking at last time. So it is kind of difficult here to make the right decision, I think. This could even be South Africa. Let's not forget that South Africa on this map has unofficial coverage as well, which makes things kind of difficult here. I don't know. I feel like I like Southern Africa here this time better, which is obviously a concern because maybe we're getting it the wrong way around. But, okay, maybe I don't want to go Zimbabwe again. I think I would go like Southern Zambia here, maybe. Does Southern Zambia have hills like that? Presumably, although I don't see any here. Yeah, we do have some hills like that, so we can go like that. Hedge it for these countries, which I think are possible. Could even be Madagascar, it's not out of the question. But okay, I'll go for that. And, ooh, okay, well, Zimbabwe again, what are the chances? Man, I kind of thought that there might not be another Zimbabwe location, so I didn't go there, but hey, that makes sense. It did kind of look like it. And we were pretty close there, all things considered. Okay, next round here, let's see what we got going on. Ooh, is this like, okay, immediate thought was like Greece or something. Now I'm looking at the kind of farmland here, and I definitely don't like that anymore. I'm looking at these blue water tanks on the roofs here. Obviously, you can find those around the world, but they're particularly common in Latin America. So I'm wondering about maybe Colombia, maybe Venezuela here, something like that, maybe. I think the house almost feels more Venezuelan than Colombian. It's kind of bigger than I would expect for Colombia, in a way. I don't know if that's completely made up, but I kind of want to try Venezuela here, I think. Definitely Central America is also well possible here, so I'm not really sure why I'm discounting that, to be honest. Yeah, it's a bit sus, isn't it? Because I could definitely see that working super nicely. But I feel like I've seen pictures of Venezuela that look similar, and I had the vibe, so I would be disappointed not to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Oh, it was Venezuela. Guys. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I don't know how it just looked like Colombia, but different. And I have like seen some vlogs from Venezuela and stuff, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, next round here. What have we got going on here? This is surely, ooh, very thin pole. So these look like those kind of Malaysian, Malaysian Thai mountains, the ones that jut out of the ground. However, we have this very thin pole, which does not really make sense for either country, I must admit. So that does really kind of confuse me here. So what else could this be? Maybe this was these kind of jutting out mountains that kind of appear in like Suriname, Guyana kind of area. It is possible. It is possible. I can't count that out. Maybe it's Africa. I don't recall seeing anything like this in Africa, and it does look like we're going rice here. So well, I thought it was rice. It should be rice. So yeah. I think we have to go over here, right? This has to make the most sense out of anything I can think of. So, yeah. I don't think it's Philippines. I don't think I've seen that in Philippines. It could be Laos. Laos is not out of the question. But again, I don't recognize the poles for Laos either. So, we may as well go where I definitely know these mountains exist, like around here. Yeah. Maybe China. Maybe China. Ooh. Maybe this is China, guys. Ooh. I think it might be China. The sun is definitely to the north. Or at least mostly to the north. Okay, that doesn't really help, does it? Okay, maybe I will just go... no, I'm switching to China. Reason being, I think we would see a Thai pole if it was Thailand. So I'm going to go for China here. Let's see it. Ooh, it was Laos. Okay, it definitely made sense. Man, why did I not go Laos there? The mountains were very Laotian. And then I just plonked China without really considering it too much further. Yeah, but I still would have thought we would have seen a Thai pole in Laos. So that's kind of, I guess that's kind of the main reason. But that's okay, that's fine. Okay, moving on to the next round here. Can we break the 10,000 barrier? Surely we can, because we're in China this time. It's Chinese language, is it not? Yep, it is. And now this kind of felt a bit further north to me. I don't know, it kind of gave me like a bit more of like a Mongolia vibe, especially this vegetation. Definitely kind of fits for this kind of northeast section of China. Up here, I think, maybe. Like north of Beijing somewhere. So I might go for this, like hedging for everything like around here. It could even be Xinjiang or something like that. I wouldn't put it past it, but I'll just go here. And, okay, it was kind of northern, but just more central there. So, we did break 10k there, only 11 though, but let's jump straight into another one. Okay, here we go in round number 2. The link is in the description. And we're starting off here with, some kind of a Muslim country, is it? We see people wearing the typical hats that the Muslim men would wear, and then headdresses here for the ladies. So, given that fact, we have thatched roofs as well. This should be somewhere in the Sahara. The question is, though, where? So I think probably the people don't look really Somali and Ethiopian. They have kind of darker skin, which I would associate with anything kind of more western, so Sudan all the way over west. This could certainly be Sudan. Looking at that number plate, I don't think it's an orange one. It could be though. But yeah, as we said, like, you know, Cameroon is only very dry in this section here, so I don't think it's there anyway. I could definitely see something like a Niger working quite nicely here, just because it is so dry. But really, this is another one of those ones, Saharan Africa, just like that on the border, is very difficult to guess within. This could be Senegal, but I think I like Niger, Chad, and Nigeria better, so maybe I even hedge Chad here. The Chad hedge is definitely, it's so tempting. I think I might go for it. No, I still think the Mali is possible as well. So I'm going to go Zinda in Niger here. Let's see it. Okay, it was an orange number plate, man. Okay, that was definitely gettable then. I thought my eyes were deceiving me, but they weren't. Okay, that's interesting. Next one here. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, okay. Immediate vibe was Kazakhstan here. Just like flat grass, Soviet-looking infrastructure. I think I just send it, guys. I don't think I'm gonna have another thought here, so let's just go for it. Oh man, it was Mongolia. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I did kind of discount the fact that, you know, they're basically the same country in terms of landscape a lot of the time there. I still like Kazakhstan better there, but it does make sense for it to be here. And you know what? But railway, I also would have thought there's more railways in Kazakhstan. It's just so much more populated. So yeah, it's okay. The next round here, what's we got going on? A bit of Russia action, probably. Could also be the republics in Central Asia. Maybe that's more likely. The road quality here is pretty bad, but you could see that in every country that I mentioned so far. Yeah, I don't know. This architecture could certainly remind me of Kyrgyzstan, that's for sure. But also, it could just be Belarus. It's also possible. So, yeah. I don't know. This is probably Russia or something in here. Could even be Kazakhstan again. Yeah, I think I prefer... We could try Kazakhstan here, actually. Now, is it hilly at all? It is quite flat, but almost looks like we're on a slight incline here. So, given that fact, then I may be thinking just more of down here, to be honest. Could even go Kyrgyzstan, just in this kind of area here. It does look like it, so why not? Yeah, I'm down for it. Let's try Kazakhstan. Oh no. Okay, it was Moldova. Man, oh man. I couldn't even... Yeah, that was just a crazy round. Architecture in hindsight maybe is a bit European. To me, though, that looks like anywhere in the Soviet Union, so it's pretty crazy that it's so close to Romania, especially with those pole tops. I thought those were definitely like Russian or something, so that's interesting. Okay, second last one here. We're on a bad score so far. Is this Australia? I think we may have finally found some Australia here. Definitely that kind of vegetation looks Australian, but is this hill a bit strange? Maybe. This is not probably somewhere where you have official coverage, so that's difficult. Okay, let's explore other possibilities. If this was Africa, I'm not really sure where I'd put it in Africa, to be honest. Maybe like, I don't think Mauritania ever looks like that. Maybe it would be like Tanzania, like a dry Tanzania. I don't think so though. Or maybe Madagascar. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really see it being anywhere else then. I think this should be Oz. And it's probably somewhere near Alice Springs, to be honest, although it is a lot of grass, so yeah, I don't know. This could just be these kind of mountains out here. I think the, what's it called? The McDonnell Ranges or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's likely. I think anything in Western Australia is also pretty likely as well. Here could be like Pacha area. I don't know if there's actually hills out there. Not really, but yeah, anywhere in this kind of region should be good. Okay, it was just on the border. Oh man, we mentioned Pacha. We're kind of halfway there, just on the border there. Yeah, there's lots of hills that I have no idea about because remember, this road has no coverage on Geoguessr, so it makes it difficult. Okay, next round here, last round. Let's crack 10k again, surely. This looks just like a Portuguese pole, but I'm looking at the architecture. I'm not so comfortable with it. It can be Portugal, but it could be France or Spain too. I don't really know the difference between these ones. The shutters on the windows. I mean, this one looks like it has shutters, so that would definitely be more of a France thing. And the road has like a bit of a pinkness to it as well, which is very Spain and France. So maybe this is indeed France. Yeah, I would say so. Still worried about this pole. The fact that it has holes in it really looks like Portugal, but I think I gotta trust the houses. They're like Northern Spanish or Southern French, I would say. I'm gonna send Southern France here. I'm pretty sure it's correct. Let's see it. Oh no, it was Portugal indeed. It was just a Portuguese pole. Fortunately, we do crack 10k there, but definitely a subpar seed in some ways. Okay, on to the third and final seed here. Let's see how it goes and see if we can redeem ourselves with a nice seed on this last one. Okay, first round here is surely Africa. Africa came to mind with this kind of vegetation, but now I'm looking at the par ahead, it almost feels a bit Asian, so this could be India. I kind of like India with this kind of aqua building here. I can certainly see that for sure. The road could definitely feel Indian too. I can't really make out if that plate's yellow because I think normally they would have, you know, yellow plates in the south or in India, and I would be thinking south if it is because of this palm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Africa is still decent, but with the buildings, I do want to try out India here, and why not Andhra Pradesh? Let's go for it here in the Kumbum forest range here, guys. Okay. Let's go there. And it was actually Southern India there. Very, very nice. Great start there. And which state was it actually in there? Right on the border between two here, but we almost got the state just by a matter of meters there. So that's pretty good, I would say. Okay, next round here. Let's see if we can continue that form. This definitely looks like Tunisia. This is like a Tunisian pole. However, this can just as easily be Libya or Algeria, I think. So maybe Algeria is even the better shout just because it's a bigger country. Yeah. And also the infrastructure is kind of a little bit poorer than I might think of in Tunisia, although Tunisia can look very similar to this. So really, there's not too much separating the two, I think. If you can see anything that could give the country away here, do comment it. But I think I can guess on the border here in this town here. Let's go for it. Oh, it was Tunisia. Damn it. Yeah, that was very Tunisian, to be fair. But I don't know. Yeah, we're still 4,000 points there. We can't complain. That's still a good score. Okay, next round here. Let's see what we got going on. And so very red soil here. Brazil, surely, or Paraguay, one of the two. Now, could that be a short front plate? This might be Paraguay instead of Brazil, actually. Architecture is weird. Like, it could still be Africa. Let's not forget Africa here. It could be like, yeah, we could be in Uganda or something like that with this red soil. These trees felt maybe a bit more South American. I could say that. The infrastructure here, the house, the kind of library or school here, that feels more African, maybe. But the other houses I really can't make out. Like, they could be anywhere. What about this sign? Not really legible, in my opinion. Yeah, I do think now that Africa is more likely. So, I mean, with this red soil in Africa, I feel like the only options are Kenya, Uganda, maybe Burundi. Yeah, Burundi, Rwanda, this kind of area, surely. And I think Uganda's the best out of the lot because it is just so red. But if I was going Brazil, I would probably go somewhere, yeah, Paraguay border, like Mato Grosso do Sul, something like that. So, bit of an interesting 50-50. I think the houses are more African. Let's send it here. And, okay, well, northern South Africa, that was very red soil. Although, to be fair, yeah, that is another red soil zone. So, makes sense there. Don't think I would have gotten it, but definitely an interesting round. Ooh, here's one of the few ones where we have a flag. And this is the Republic of Congo flag. So, let's see what goes on here. This is very, like, pale soil in comparison to the last one. And it's very flat. I think that pretty much describes a lot of the country. But I do want to guess near the river just because of the sandiness. Now we do have the prefecture name here, Soos, Sous of Luangu. So Luangu, I don't know if we can find this quickly. I guess we should at least check. So that's Brazzaville. Luangu. Okay, so it was Sous Luangu. I don't know if this is particularly findable, but I will give it the quick scan here just to see if we can see it. Similar names here, Laranga, Luangu, definitely similar. Yeah, I mean, definitely find it, probably, but I will go for the sake of time here, I think, just hedging, like, near the river and kind of in this kind of, like, looking kind of greener area. Let's go for it. Oh, wow, it was all the way over here. Interesting. So, instead of being sandy by the river, it's sandy by the sea. And I wonder if people are going to be able to find this. So, not really. It's kind of a smaller spot, I think. So, well done if you did find it. Definitely a hard find, in my opinion. But we're on a good score still here. Or at least decent. Better than we have been so far in the episode. The last one here should be Brazil, theoretically, with this poll. Although I could still see it being elsewhere. Like, the walls around the houses are not typical Brazil, I would say. Yeah, that's interesting. And we do have red roofs, but we also have wooden poles here. You know what I just thought of, guys? I just thought of the other Portuguese colonies. So, I believe Angola was Angola Portuguese or Spanish? I think it was Portuguese. Then we also have Mozambique, which is also Portuguese, right? So those two really come to mind now for sure. It could even be some islands as well, but this feels more like a mainland. So maybe this is Luanda. Luanda does not really have like that much of a rolling landscape. I thought it's pretty flat. So maybe not Luanda, but maybe the next biggest town, I don't know, Gunza or something like that here. It's always possible. I definitely am liking Angola though. Now Mozambique, it doesn't really feel like South Africa too much to me. Although it could be, I think it feels more like West Africa. So I would go Angola here, and I would just pick a big city. What about this one here? This one has hills, so maybe I will go there. Maybe I'll go there. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that's my vibe here. It should be a Portuguese style poll, so surely this is at least somewhat the right logic. Let's see if I'm right. And, oh man, it was just Luanda. That makes sense. Okay, are there hills here? This was a bit of a hilly round, but it seems like Luanda is very flat, so maybe I just had the wrong vibe there. But still, a 16k score there, definitely solid on that last seed, and definitely fun. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. I will see you guys in a video very soon, of course, and have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye.